Long ago, in a land far, far away, a girl told herself that she would not get into washi. She would not buy into the hype. How can you pay that much for literally a piece of tape with a foiled bow on it? But here we are, folks. It's a lot. It's coming. It is time for a washi reorganization.
Hello, friends. Hi, how are we today? I hope we are all doing well. I am doing absolutely fantastically. I'm coming at you today with a video that is probably long overdue. It has been a couple of years since I've done how I store my washi, and mainly a washi organizational video. I wanted to catch you up, maybe have a chit chat, show you my washi. Now from above, this doesn't look too bad, but let me just take you on a visual experience here. We are like, she full, guys. This is like, there's my hand. If I spread up my hand, like, this is not a small stack of washi. So I wanted to do this on video with you today. I've been talking about this for quite some time with, as you call, my OG Rachel. For any of you who have been on the channel for any amount of time, we've talked about this. I've gotten some new washi lately. I went on a bit of a buying, like, I didn't buy for quite some time. I would say nearly a year. And I've been gifted a lot of washi as well. And I thought, you know, now more than ever is a great time to organize it. I bought a new container for it because I had run out of space in my old container. I'm not, look, I know that this is not a small amount of washi. I'm aware of that. But I also know that it's not as big as a lot of people's collections. So, I think today we should start off with how I store my washi and how this system came about. So, I have two of these washi storage boxes from Michaels, and they do have a bit of a purple hue right now because I've got my lights on them and I've got my screen on them, and it's all a bit of a purple hue. But they are clear acrylic containers, and you can find them at Michaels. I just chipped off the corner piece of my brand new one, so feeling great about that, but had to make it real. You do it for the gram. That's just how it is. So this is a really fun system, and it's been a really functional system for me. I've only ever had one of these since, I would say, I think I got this 2017, 2018. Just, I needed a system for my washi. And that was a great way of doing it. I had an organization system that kind of worked there, but not really. So this is what it looks like from the top. So you have the ability to layer it. As I said, I have two of them, but they're not going to fit under my camera here. So they are 3 drawers. And then in each drawer, whoops-a-daisy, in each drawer, you've got 3 dividers. These are non-movable dividers. You can't pick them up. You can't move them back or forward. There's just how these go. And so the washi fits kind of perfectly into each of these. I'm trying to find some Simply Gilded for you as well. So it kind of fits perfectly into each of these, like that. So the reason that I chose this method is because I am a visual person and I like to see what I have. And I think we'll maybe go into the next topic of how I chose my washi, because I think that is one of the things that we should talk about. So as you guys know, I have a lot of different washi here, but I would say about 75% of it is Simply Gilded washi. This is Muji. It's really, I love this one. I've got it in blue as well. It's not focusing. That's okay. It's a geometric pattern. I've got it in blue. I actually use this a lot at Christmas to wash wrap presents. Oh no! Washi down! Washi down! I've got these ones from the Recollections planner. I am also obsessed with these ones. I think they're really cool. But the majority of my washi is from Simply Gilded. So I actually started out when Blurple was released. So I think my first Simply Gilded order was 2017 or 2018. And give me a second, I'll figure that out for you. So I think it was 2017. And this was it. It was Blurple. That was the name of the washi. And I thought this was fantastic because it was the size of a header and I could use it for everything. And I was really excited about it. Now, I was never going to be like the washi people, like way back then it was like Viv Loves to Plan, Holly Plans. They're no longer on the internet. So, I mean, moot point, but these are the washis that I started off with. I obviously didn't start off with all of these at once, but actually the blue with hollow has been my most used. And then I moved on to the 5mm washis, which I thought I was going to be the most obsessed with. And I actually, if we're being truthful about it, don't use them so much. There is a Christmas set that I use quite a bit, weirdly enough. And then I know Rachel gifted these two from me, and they're the Pink Room Co. So I have a lot of 5mm washis. I have star washis, 5mm. I've got the bow washis, and they are washis that I haven't used a whole bunch except for these ones from the Pink Room Co. from Rachel. And then when I was a PR girl for Coffee Brain Plans, I got washis from her. So she had this cool one, this variant design. No, that's Simply Gilded. Where's another one? Oh, here. So this one from Coffee Brain Plans, love it. This one, the coffee cups, it's real cute. Actually, you know what? I should use that when I'm trying to find a coffee cup in my spread. So I have from a bunch of, and I also have in here a Maru. But I think it's all the way at the bottom. And then I also have one, this is Carpe Diem washi, and Lizu Plans, who I have mentioned in my video before. I was a winner in 2020 of her big giveaway. I think when she hit, I want to say 5,000. No, it can't be that little. Maybe. Anyway, I was a winner of her giveaway, and I got this washi, and I love it. And then my sister-in-law sent me over a cool geometric washi with different patterns from England. And like, this is so cute, right? So I have kept these over the years and I do use them, particularly in my bullet journal. Again, I'm sorry, you guys don't see that a lot. That is my personal stuff. I add a whack ton in there. It's a lot of brain dumps. But that is to say, there is actually a rhyme and reason for how I buy washi. This is also Scotch tape brand washi, and I love it as well. More of the Muji. So I think what we're going to do is start by organizing our washi into piles so we can better see what we have to work with. So I think I'll go ahead and start with that. So I always think when I start like doing the organization of the washi about like the Benny Hill themes, like do 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 do. Sorry, you guys had to hear me sing. Anyway, that was the whole point. It was it's wild, it's silly. I feel like I'm not making the progress that I want to do. But when I was organizing this, I was really struggling with how I wanted to organize it. And I realized that the current system that I have, which was keeping all sets together and keeping sets and different colors together it was working, but it wasn't working the way that I wanted to. So for example, the Spring Goddess set, which is beautiful green washis, had a green, a very light green with, I think, champagne foil and gold dots on it. And I didn't need to keep that washi with that set because that would have gone better in my patterns set. You can't hear the air quotes, but I hope you can hear the air quotes. So I realized then I had to really think about where I wanted to put things, think about how I wanted to organize things, and think about the next steps. So that was a bit difficult, to be perfectly honest, because this is not, something quick and easy and fun that we get to do. So I have put a lot of thought and thinking into the best way to into the best way to organize my washi. Because I think part of the issue that we ran into before was the lack of organization. So what I'm going to do is go from my least used to my most used, and I'll arrange each, because I have two of these, right? And I've got not enough washi to fit in those. So in my first one, I am going to put Simply Gilded, but like Simply Gilded that I don't use as frequently in the back here. And then I will do ones that I do use more frequently in the front and in the middle, and then I'll arrange it like that. So one of the things that I did was, at one point I was subscribed for a very, very, very short amount of time to some of the sub boxes. And if you go back and you watch some of my haul videos, I have purchased some boxes, and some of the washi in it I use, but I just don't use as frequently. I do use this one a lot though. I really love it. So a lot of times I've bought the actual box for the bow washi that's in it because it's cute and I want to add it to my collection. And I will talk about more about how I collect for my collection. I don't know if people are interested in that, but tell me in the comments down below how you collect for your collection. So I'll just start off by saying there are some things in here that like I definitely use quite a bit more. So for example, this Happy Mail one, I kind of wish that Irene would release it again because I would like to buy more of it. I use it a lot. This chandelier one, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to use it in my bullet journal once or twice. Same with constellations. You'd need a very specific kit for that. And while I thought I could keep sets together, this is really cute. I use this all the time. While I thought I could keep sets together, honestly, if we're being realistic about it, I can't, because that's just not the way I work. These ones were from the buy sell trade, and I bought the full box for full retail value. It's just somebody in Canada was selling them. They didn't want them. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I found them. I do prefer to purchase from Irene as much as possible. Now, these flower ones are super cute. Again, I do use them. If you see the difference, let's just get that. Yeah, if you do, I do use them. It's just, I don't use them a ton. So let's be realistic about this. I'm going to put this here. And then I've got the other flower, the pink flower one. So I used the blue 15 millimeter and the pink 10 millimeter. And that's how I organized that. And I thought that looked really pretty. But let's be honest, I don't really use it that often. Now, when it comes to other things that I don't use, and I think I'm missing the other gradient version of this, these gradient washis, I love them, but I don't use them that frequently. I'm going to put them off to the side for now. I don't know how I feel about them, and I don't know if I want them in my very used box or my least very used box. So we're putting them off to the side. What I do know is I have these Scotch brand washi tapes, and they are a much thicker washi tape. I do not use them as frequently. They are going to go in here on my second actually, do I want them to go in here on my second shelf, or do I want them to go, oh boy, this is a toughie. Do I want them to go on my second shelf, or do I want them to go in their own drawer that is not Simply Gilded? Questions. Okay, decisions have been made. I'm going to use this drawer exclusively for my Simply Gilded washi. And then I'll just use another drawer because I have 3 full drawers that I don't really use a lot. So then the next step is going to be, oh, I guess some of my Simply Gilded neutrals made it in this one. I put them to the side, so. Okay, so then I think the next thing I want to do is actually, I think I'm going to move these into, no, these are going to be at the back. I use them less than I use these. So how I've decided to organize these, and I love these, and I don't use them because I'm worried I'm going to run out of them, but I think I'm just going to use them from like darkest to lightest. So I used these a lot previously, and I love how they look. But they're hard to bring into spreads now. I'll admit, I'm not as creative with my spreads. It's hard to admit that, but... and if you have any comments about how I organize my stuff, I just don't really need to hear it. I don't mind the way that I organize everything. Okay, so then next up is going to be the 5mm washies. And I think what I'll just do here is I'll keep these ones together. It's so weird. There is some of this like gold foil star washi that I just don't use ever, but some of it I do. And I'm very particular about the way that my washi is put into my drawers. That's the other thing. So I've got some hollow bows here. These are gold, so this gold one can go here with the gold. And this hollow one belongs with you. Okay, so these are the 5mm stars, gold, and hollow. And then I will do the Christmas ones. This is actually a very dark green, not black. I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen. I do like bringing these into spreads, and I've got a really cute Let's Plan It spread that I'm going to do for Christmas this year. Yes, it is already planned. Yes, I have that far in advance planned. You can tell me in the comments if you want to see my kit lineup. This goes with that cute kit that had the green washi and the chandelier. So this one and this one. Whoops. And then I know it isn't simply gilded, but it is like a smidge thicker than the 5mm, the Pink Room Co. So I am just going to put it right here at the end. And then that is all my Simply Gilded washi for the moment that I'm going to put into this one drawer. And this is going to be my extras in my not as used washi, but still very used. I still use these a lot. It's just not as much as I use my other washis. Okay, so the next up is going to be the drawer for non-Simply Gilded washis in my less used. Now this one I'm really excited about. So first things first, I know exactly where I want to put these ones. These ones will go at the back. I use these for like presents and stuff. I love them. They're from my sister-in-law like a few years ago now, but I love them. But they will go at the back. They get their own little row. Then next up, I want to put my most used to my least used in order. So the ones that I actually most use are this one. And this is also from Coffee Brain Plans. And I got this way back, I think in 2017, 2018. And then the one that I use after that the most is my Maru. And I realize that this may be not the most aesthetically pleasing to some people, but I just want to make sure that I'm using, you know, the ones that I use. And I can already hear the questions right now saying, well, why don't you put these least used ones? It's not, again, I want to be very clear. It's not that I don't use these items. It's that I don't use them as frequently. So next up, what I would like to, there's the other one from that Simply Gilded one from the other drawer that I couldn't figure out what to do with. And those ones go like that. Tangent, sorry. So the next ones I want to do are these ones that I got from Recollections. And I was not intending, honest to goodness, to use these as much as I have. But I've been using them like every other week in my agenda or my bujo, and I love them. So they're also going to go in the front here. I just like them. They're a really good neutral. I like the grid pattern. It's fantastic. And then after that, I do use these ones an awful lot. I actually used up so much of the blue one that it is entirely gone at this point. So I'm just going to put it in order like this. And this will go right here. And I'm not going to overload this front. This is done for my front. My next row is going to be my not as used, but my still loved from Coffee Brain Plans. I use this one actually a lot as well, but I haven't pulled it in recently, so I might pull it into a spread. And then my Scotch Brand and my Carpe Diem I should use them more, but they can just go right at the back. And what that leaves me with is I haven't got full rows used up here, but I also don't have the full, washi box filled up. I am going to leave the top drawer empty so I can fill things. I think the bigger part that we are going to get into is going to be organizing my color blocks and my neutrals. This is going to be a problem. I've got them all sort of thrown in here, and I think I might have to start like a separate part of this video to go into how I organize and how I buy my washi. So as you can see with the previous section of this video, the previous chapter, if you will, it was a bit piecemeal. I was just going on what I had used the most and washis that were not simply gilded. But when we get into the simply gilded washi portion of this and how I buy my washi and how I organize, really, and I never realized this until I started looking at my collection, I have two types that I really like from Simply Gilded. I love her neutrals, and I love her polka dot washi. So I have quite a big neutral collection, and the way that I organize it is from darkest to lightest, and then when it comes to colors, the most vibrant and brightest to lightest as well. So you'll see this. So right now we're going through the black. I just received, and you can see this in my last haul video, I just received the black with gold, I don't know, sparkle washi. I had misplaced some of my gray washi here, and I was a bit frantic because gray is my favorite one to use. I don't know if you can see, but the Dove Gray, which was part of his pre-sale, is quite a bit smaller. And then I was just struggling. I was like, which is lighter, which goes next to one another? And on camera, it really looks like that second washi from the right-hand side should be next to the lighter gray washi. So then I started going with my my white washis, and I decided instead of filling up the entire of the black to gray variant, I would start off by putting my white washis in the next row. Now, the only washi that I have never used that I have, but I can't throw away, is that white washi with red foil. I don't know why, but we'll get to that. Then I decided on that row that I could just start with my pinks because I might run out of time. And so then I did my pinks to my purples, and then from my pinks to my purples, I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to start on my blues, and I was like, you know what? I think I need to do a whole new row of 3 of my blue washis. And I'm really happy with how this turned out, because it turns out I have quite a bit of extra space in both of my washi containers, but everything that I use on a regular basis is visible. What's really interesting to me is you can see on camera the different variations in the blue, but some of those blues are very, very, very similar. So that was the little one. And then we get to my favorite one. I spend the most time on this, and this is my polka dot washi. And I really wanted it to be in its own tray. And for this one, I also decided that it was good to go from a dark to a light. So you'll see that I start with the black washi, then I'll go gray, but then I wanted to go into the blues because I have the most of those, and I couldn't decide really how to best proceed with that. Some of it's foiled, some of it's not. It's a whole thing. It's really interesting. But these are my favorite ones, and these are the ones that are actually the lowest because I get the absolute most use out of them. And then I just moved into the other ones. Some of them are packages of 2, like that blue and that pink are called the Preppy package, and I like them. These are the ones with the polka dots that I was talking about, the foiled polka dots on them, or dots. And then in my last row, I just decided to go with all my striped washis as well as my checked washis. So that was my entire washi collection. I was really excited to show you guys. I really enjoyed this. I really hope that you enjoyed the whole video. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Toodles!